Sarah, all summer, I asked you to send me some rain. You didn't send me any, so all summer, I had to haul water to these fields. My sugar harvest time is next week, so whatever you do, please don't send me any rain now. What was that you used to say? If you ask for a miracle hard enough, you get one. Please, don't give me that miracle now. You would be a disaster. You and your miracles. And I thought if there was anybody up there, he'd listen to you. So sure don't listen to me. Charlie. Boy, you gotta watch out what you're doing. You know you could kill a person?
I'll be awful careful not to kill a white man. But I ain't afraid of killing you, boy.
Well, what am I supposed to do, Sarah? I chased every other black man out of here for 40 miles. And what other white man could I get to sharecrop my farm with me? His pa was the only one I could get. Nobody else would want him. And then since you and Arthur... That's right, I'm gonna bring Arthur up. I always do. All right. I'll simmer down.
That'll be $2.
Some things never change.
You don't like my prices, you're welcome to go to Garnett.
Thank you.
You get 25. I take 25 for boiling down the molasses, and that includes the 10 bucket.
Well, they pay 30 over there at Hurtville. That's only 3 more miles.
That a fact.
Why might I let them make the money?
All right. 26. Hey. Anybody else hears about this, the deal's off.
All right.
Hey, shut it down.
How many acres you got, boy?
80.
You raised 80 acres all by yourself in this here drought?
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, it'll make molasses. What about your sharecropper?
I don't know yet.
Well, I do. That fool ain't gonna make nothing off them 20 acres. 10 cents.
You just told them 26.
10.
I sorghum just as good as theirs.
Better. Take it on over to that new Negro mill at Garnett, huh? Only 40 miles, 80 acres, near 100 wagon loads, times 40 miles, all by yourself. You'll die.
I'll be in next week.
Suit yourself.
Excuse me a moment. Walter, how are you?
Fine.
Have you ever seen it so hot?
Well, you should be out here with me, Sam.
Oh, you know I'd let you in, Walter, but my customers would pitch a fit if you... Well, you been to the mill?
Yep.
What's that old thief Sawyer gonna pay you?
10 cents a gallon?
Oh, lordy.
That's enough to pay my loan, even at 6%.
Now, Walter, you know I have to charge you a premium. It's my stockholders. But that Argus Sawyer is no better than a common thief. There's not a man in High Lonesome doesn't know it. Make sure he pays you in cash. How's Thursday week?
Good.
Walter, this will make the 15th year in a row you've paid your seed money loan off in full in the first week after harvest, and I think that's some kind of a record. Yes, I do. You're a good businessman, Walter. An honest man. And that's one reason why I'm proud to be a friend. Even if I have to charge you double the interest rate I charge white folks. But what can one man do?
See you Thursday week.
You're going over to see the sheriff, aren't you? Wait, I'll walk over with you.
I've been going to see the sheriff every Thursday for 7 years. First time you going with me.
I had to foreclose on Rance Mooney's place. The auction is this morning. I told him he ought to go to California. They got some mighty pretty ads saying there's all kinds of work out there. You be careful, Walter. When they ran all the other coloreds out of this county 7 years ago, I thought they were satisfied. These are desperate times, and you're the only colored man left. You're just like a lightning rod for some of them.
Think I don't know that.
It's gone, Sam.
Sheriff, you already had the auction?
Wasn't but one bidder. He's inside doing the paperwork and waiting for you.
I'm awful sorry, Rance.
Well, now, looky who's here. Just when we think we got every darky run out of the county.
Yeah, Pops Walter.
The rest of his kind were smart enough to get out while they could.
Yeah, Walter's just too stubborn for his own good.
Now wait, boys. Let's see why Walter's here. As if I couldn't guess.
Have you heard anything about my son, Sheriff?
God almighty, Walter. Every week you ask, and every week the answer's the same. That boy of yours has been gone for 7 years. Young Arthur ain't never coming back. Take it from me. Why don't you just pack up and move on while you still can?
No.
Now, I don't want a big scene here, Walter, what with the ladies present and all. You know we made a decision not to have no darkies in Emerson County, but we can't seem to get that through to you. And now you've gone and kept your farm while some of these folks here, well, they're losing theirs. Why, just looking at you is a torment to these here people.
Let them have a good, long look. After what they did to my family, let them be tormented. My wife is dead. I waited alone for 7 long, lonely years for my only child to come back. I don't know what happened to him, but there's some people in this town who do, and they don't tell me. So if they're tormented by the sight of me, let it burn them like a hot poker, and they still won't know what torment is. Sheriff, what about my boy?
You're a dead man, Walter.
What about my son, Sheriff?
I ain't heard nothing about Arthur.
Thank you.
Y'all go home now. Go on.
What's the matter with you? How long are you gonna drag this out till we finish
now,
it?
Woodrow.
Not now. What the Sam Hill are you waiting for? He don't fight, he don't cuss, he don't drink, he don't chew, he don't even holler at his old damn horse. Now, if you're waiting for him to shoot somebody, that ain't never gonna happen.
Shut up, Woodrow. The time will come. You'll make a mistake.
Sleep around here? Shut up, you miserable hound! Oh, it's you. Just because you're the landlord don't give you no right to come around here bothering decent white folk.
Judging from the condition of these crops, you're not going to make any money this winter either, Reuben.
Yeah, well, I got a bad back. Can't haul all that water. And these kids is too lazy to yell suey if the hogs was eating them up. Tried to get them to haul water, but they won't do it.
You've got to make provisions for your children this winter. Maybe you ought to get yourself a job.
Who the hell do you think you are, nigger, coming around here telling a white man how to run his business? Now, just because the government gives you people land, you think that makes you a man? What about us white folk? We still got to work for a living. Get down off that buckboard. Let's see who's a man around here.
Get up!
If I ain't gonna make some money off of my crop, ain't no uppity nigger gonna make none over here. Where's that kerosene at?
Yeah! You hear that? We mean it!
Hey, you kids, get in the house. Go on.
Charlie, make us stop!
Now, y'all stay in there until I get back. You try to get out of there, I swear to God, I'll burn it down with you inside. And you know I ain't fooling. I'll fix old Walter.
It's okay, Tessa. He's gone now. Now, come on, Tessa. He always says that, and he ain't done it yet. He'll be sorry once he sobers up. He's just doing us the way his pa did him. He don't know no better. Charlie, you know he'll do it. One of these days he'll do it, and I'm afraid. We weren't going to show you this, but okay. Look at here, Tessa. He don't know about it. We can be out of here in 2 shakes. Now what is it? He'll just catch us. It ain't no use, Charlie. He'll just catch us and dance with a switch. And he'll burn it down with us in it. Look at this, Tessa. Look at this. Oh, my. Charlie. $20, Tessa. I'm shooting rabbits. I figure it's enough to go to Memphis and join the circus. Oh, Charlie. I love you, Charlie. It's time you went. Oh, no, not again. I know. Tired of it, too. It's all we got. Don't you worry about Pa. Go to sleep.
One of these days, I'm gonna get me one of them doll babies, Charlie. Don't you think I will?
Good night, Tessa.
Charlie, wake up! I smell candy.
You're dreaming, Tessa.
No,
Go
I
back
ain't,
to
Charlie.
sleep.
I know what molasses candy smells like.
Fire. Fire. Go, go, go. You okay? Yeah. Come on. Hurry up.
Yeah, he's up.
What are them kids doing here?
Looks like the whole world's on fire.
seen enough. I think you've all seen enough.
Look, the fire's going to the Nealon house. We gotta put it out.
Let's go, Jason. Quick, Tessa, Paul will be back. Hurry up, Tessa.
I am.
Hey! I told you miserable brats what had happened if you got out. You know, I never wanted you any more than my pa wanted me. Now I'm finally gonna be rid of you.
Looks like you had a little trouble out here, Walter. I know what caused it, too. Yep. Lightning. I see you ain't got no sharecropper's cabin no more, neither.
Charlie? Charlie!
I haven't seen hide nor hair of the Walter, and I've been all over this end of your property. Well, I heard, of course. Had to come see for myself. I'm awful sorry for your trouble, Walter. I hate it like poison.
It's all right, Sam. You're just doing your job.
Well, that's nice of you to say, Walter, but it sure as the world don't make it any easier. If I didn't have these stockholders, and these are hard times, I don't need to tell you that. There's a depression on, Walter. That's what they're calling it. There's even been some banks that failed.
Sam,
I can't...
how long do I have?
Well, your crop's a total failure, Walter. It doesn't take a genius to see that. And it's too late to replant, even if you had the money for the seed. Now, I might be able to talk the stockholders into an extension if you were...
I know. If I was white.
I reckon there's always hope, Walter, but I figure it'll take a miracle.
Well, we're running a little short of those lately.
The bank has no choice but to deem itself insecure in your loan, Walter. If I haven't received payment in 30 days, I'll have to foreclose on the farm.
My grandfather's farm.
And I'm so sorry, Walter. You don't reckon that fool Reuben burned it down with the kids in it, do you?
Wouldn't put it past him. Well, it's all gone, Sarah. All of it. If you were here, I think I could bear it. But, you know, my grandfather scratched this farm out of 40 acres of wilderness with nothing but a mule. Gave 60 acres to my father. When he died, he gave 80 acres to me, to us. I had it in my mind to leave 100 acres to Arthur. But, yeah, in a way, y'all still here with me as long as I have this place. I can look at a tree or a rock and still remember. You know, can almost see Arthur sometimes, I think. Standing out there in the yard with his son perched beside my thumb, talking about, Daddy, look at me, Daddy. That Crawdad or some black-eyed Susan, they all came back with something. And I swore, as long as I was alive, you'd always have a place to come back to. I need you some help now, honey. When I needed that rain. You gotta send me some help, honey.
Who's there? Oh, it's you, Walter.
Morning, Miss Watson. You know, I was kind of noticing the place was getting out of hand since you lost Mr. Watson. I was wondering if you had some kind of work. Paint, weed.
The place looks fine. Go away, Walter.
Good morning to you, too, ma'am.
Oh, Walter.
Ma'am?
I've still got my eye on that clock of Sarah's if you'd sell it.
No, the clock still ain't for sale.
Fool.
Stay close, darling. You need some
Walter, welcome to the house of the Lord. I heard about that terrible fire. I'll pray with you. We'll have to go around back.
Pastor, that's not exactly what I came for. I came to see if there's some kind of work that I could do. Roofing, digging, painting, anything.
Well, we do have a little roof damage from that twister last June. I couldn't pay you, but the Lord will repay you in time.
Well, I was kind of looking for something a little bit more definite. Thank you, Pastor.
Ain't got no word for the likes of you, Walter. All good. Now get.
Well, here it is, harvest time. Ain't nobody got no work for you, huh? I don't give you a job. You're gonna lose that farm of yours, ain't you? Lord have mercy. What a shame.
I tried to get a job. Would have done anything. But what will Arthur think when he comes back and sees that I'm not here? I'm gonna lose it. That's it. But it's not gonna go looking like this. It's gonna go looking like it ought to look. Beautiful. Shining like a jewel. The way my grandfather kept it, the way my father kept it, and the way we kept it. It's gonna go shining like the treasure's always been to us. Yeah. Yep. Get up. Get up. Easy. Come on. Yeah. Get up. Down. Move it. Who's here? Now, come on out. See the bones from your dinner in your bed? Not gonna hurt you. Gotcha.
Let me go, boy.
I'd be careful who I call him boy if I was you.
Let me down, boy, right now. I mean, I don't do nothing.
I didn't say you was, and I would give $1 to find out where that pa of yours is. Where is he? Huh?
Mind your own business, boy. Set me down right now. You leave decent white folk alone.
The acorn don't fall far from the tree, do it? Look, I know that you're living in the woods. Is your pa out there, too?
Mind your own business, boy.
It is my business. Where is he?
I wouldn't tell you even if I...
He ran off and left you, didn't he? When's he coming back? You know where he went? And your sister, where's she?
Taking her with him.
Come again?
He taking her with him. He taking her and left me. Can't understand English. He taking her with him. Now I know where they've gone or if they're ever coming back. You suited now?
I'm suited.
And you can believe me. I ain't staying around here because I want to. No, sir.
I see.
I gotta stay here on account of Tessa. If Tessa ever gets away from Pa, and I know she'll try, then right here's where she'll come a-looking for me, and right here's where I'll be awaiting.
Yeah, but you can't stay here. It's too dangerous.
For you, maybe. But not for me. I'm white.
Well, you may be white under all that dirt, but you still will be in the way when they come. And they will come on horseback in the dark, and they'll ride all over somebody as small as you. They'll trample you in the dirt, boy. You could get killed.
Maybe I'll stay on down the road a piece then.
I would if I was you.
When you see Tessa, you tell her I'm here.
Okay. What if she doesn't come back?
She's gotta come back.
You Charlie Cantwell?
Yeah?
Well, I got something for you.
Hey! You let me go!
What's this about, Sheriff?
You mind your own business, Walter.
I gotta stay here.
You can't live out in the woods like an animal, boy.
Let me go. You don't understand.
County's got a good home for you. The other boys like you. Plenty to eat.
He just comes back. You gotta let me go.
Come on. God, you are dirty.
Let me go, please.
Come on,
please.
get in there.
Gotta find Tessa.
slow down, boy. Nobody gonna hit you. Now, I told you this place was too dangerous.
Well, that sheriff would take me to the orphan asylum. I gotta hide out or he'll get me again. He won't look for me in here.
Well, no, imagine he won't. If you hide in here, you'll be in here when they burn it down. Ain't nothing worse than dying in fire.
I don't need no charity offering you, boy. I got me 3 or 4 places I can stay.
Then you better go there if you know what's good for you.
I know what's good for me. You don't have to worry about that. I've been taking care of myself for years. Seen you shoot your horses when your barn burned. You loved them horses, didn't you?
Sarah, you and your miracles. I told you not to send me any rain. Good night, sweetheart. Don't you worry about a thing. Everything's gonna be just fine. It's nice and warm. What do you think you're doing?
Let me go. You can't keep me here.
Go then. At least you know where you are, which is a big improvement from 2 days ago.
You've been here 2 days?
Well, your body's been here. Well, your mind has been. It's anybody's guess. I think you could eat something now. I'm a pretty good cook, if I do say so myself. There you are.
What in the Sam Hill are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
I mean, what are you doing?
What are you talking about?
That.
Haven't you ever seen anybody read a book before?
Oh, well, sure I have. I know all about reading. I've been doing it for years, I have.
Oh, I'm sure you have. As a matter of fact, I imagine you know this book pretty well, don't you?
Sure I do. It's my favorite book.
Well, now, would you like for me to read to you for a minute? Seeing that you're sick and you have to rest your eyes and all?
Suit yourself?
This is the Farmer's Almanac, 1932. It says, the best time to plant flowers and vegetables that bear crops above the ground is during the light of the moon. That is, after the moon is new and before it is...
That's okay. Ain't much interested today.
All right. Well, the best time for me to work in the fields is during the light of the day. Four more acres, Annie. 2 more days. You can do it.
Walter! Walter!
Well, you're gonna catch your death.
Read me what it says here. Here.
Okay, wait a minute.
Hurry up. Right there.
Okay, let's see.
There.
Her body is good, cotton material, soft and cuddly. She cries mama and has go-to-sleep eyes. Dress is white organdy with sweet lace ruffle trim and pink silk ribbon, which also adorns her little white bloomers. What do you want me to read this?
How do I get me one of them?
What?
I said, how do I get me one?
You better go back in the house. I don't think your fever's broke yet.
Tell me how I get me one.
All right. You go into town to the post office. You tell the man to get one that comes from Chicago, and you got to give him $2 in advance.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, but,
So you go into town and order me that doll.
I can't.
You can't?
Nope.
Well, why not?
If I go into town with that money, it's gonna be trouble.
Why?
Well, you don't need to know everything.
What I know is I gotta have me one of them doll babies.
Yeah, but I won't.
You got to.
I won't go into town and order you any doll, baby.
You got to.
I won't.
You got to.
I won't.
You got to. I gotta have him for Tessa.
You stay right here.
On page 112 of the Sears catalog, there's a Sunshine Happy baby doll with eyes that open and close and white bloomers. The small. Here's the money. Thank you.
Looky here. Walter Osgood's got money.
And he ain't paying his debts?
Nope.
What do you think of that, Sheriff?
Looks like we'll have to do something about that, Woodrow.
There's one more biscuit left. Well, I guess 6 is your limit, huh?
I don't need no more overalls. I ain't taking another bath.
You say for now. I'm partial to Treasure Island. How about you? You know, I like to read this out loud. It helps me to concentrate.
Suit yourself.
Ah. Don't worry about Tessa, Charlie. You'll find a way. Let's see. Part 1. The Old Buccaneer, Chapter 1. The Old Sea Dog at the Admiral Benbow. I take up my pen in the year of grace 1728 and go back to the time when my father kept the Admiral Benbow Inn. The brown old seaman with the saber cut first took up his lodging under our roof. I remember him as if it were yesterday, as he came plodding to the inn door, his sea chest following behind him. A tall, strong, heavy, nut-brown man, his tarry pigtail falling over the shoulders of his soiled blue coat. His hands ragged and scarred with black broken nails, and a saber cut across one cheek. A dirty, livid white.
Why'd you stop?
Oh, I'm sorry. I remember him looking round the cove and whistling to himself, and then breaking out in that old sea song that he sung so often afterwards. 15 men on the dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. And then he rapped on the door with a bit of stick, like a handspike that he carried. And when my father appeared,
Horses.
Called roughly for...
In the yard. Hey, I just want to look.
No matter what happens, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, don't you take yourself out of this corner. Now, do you understand? You don't open the window, you don't open the door for anyone. Do you understand?
Okay.
Wish I could say I wasn't expecting you, Sheriff. If there's a brave man amongst you, we can settle this right now. Man to man, one at a time. No, I didn't think so.
Take it!
some ride, huh, boy?
Come on, son.
Fine job, Argus. Quite an army got there on you.
No, I told Argus he did. Hell, I've seen Argus take a fly off a watermelon at 20 paces and leave the watermelon sliced.
And then with only one good eye.
It's like I told you, boys. Practice, 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 huh? Come on. Come on.
That's just a fine chicken, son. Mrs. Crancer down at the church made it for us.
I ate already. Walter fixes some stew and biscuits.
I see you didn't like that orphan asylum much. I spent some time there myself. My pa wasn't much account either. But I've been watching you, Charlie. How you look after your sister and all. You're a fine boy, Charlie. You make a fine man, you get the right raising. You like that orphan home, son. After a while, made me the man I am today.
Hey, you reckon Walter's all right?
You ain't taking up with that nigga, have you?
He's all right, I guess.
We don't want his kind and high lonesome, nor them that loves him.
Why, you know my people. Aren't about to take up with no chicken-hearted darky. No, sir. I was just staying around to keep my eyes peeled for my sister, that's all.
I've heard old Walter called a lot of things, but chicken-hearted ain't one of them.
Why, I was just letting him feed me.
Chicken-hearted.
Why, my pa, he ain't no hero. Walter, he's so afraid of you all, he wouldn't even let me stay in the smokehouse, afraid you'd burn it down with me in it.
Is that so? Well, that was real good of Walter. I'll give him that.
Now I told him to go in town and order that doll baby. And he did it. Took orders just like that, and me, still a kid.
Walter went into town with money on your account?
And I told him I wanted that doll baby for my sister. Told him to go order, and he did. Sure, he gave me a little back's ass, but I handle him.
Whose money was it?
Well, mine, of course. You don't reckon no nigger would have no money, do you?
No, I reckon not.
Something wrong, sir?
No, I guess not. I guess it's all just as well. Get some sleep, Charlie.
I guess you handle him. Didn't you? A Walter would probably leave town for good, won't he?
You know, the thing about Walter could have been a killer. Oh, yeah, I seen it in his eyes. He could have been a killer. But he chose not to be. Walter's dead, Charlie.
Hey, little man. And that was your first time seeing it, wasn't it? Boy, howdy. I envy you. Well, the first time is always the best, yep. You know, my first time, we got Walter, and we got that wife of his, and we got the boy. We had a big old time that night. And we made Walter watch it all. Oh, I knew she'd never live through it. And sure enough, I mean, she could only take 5 of us, and she's dead. But that's when you know you're a man. Yes, sir. That's when you know you're a man.
How do you know you're a man?
What are you asking me a question like that for? You'll find out. Oh, Walter. He'll never find that boy of his. Now, we didn't want to upset none of the ladies. Oh, you know how some of them can carry on about young'uns, even if they're darkies. Oh, I thought it'd kill him. Yeah, and when it didn't, I thought he'd kill all us. But he hadn't tried once. You know, if he had, then we could have got rid of him once and for all. But he won't even try. Oh, Walter's tough. He's a tough old bird. Well, you seen that whipping he took tonight.
Hell, I still don't think he's dead.
He ain't?
Hell no, and I told Argus that. I said, Argus, that nigger ain't dead yet. But he wouldn't listen. Oh, no, born Mr. Know-It-All. I got a good mind to tell him what for. Yeah, Argus! Argus, where the hell are you? I got something to talk to you about.
Shut him up.
Argus! Argus!
Walter, Walter, can you hear me, Walter? I got a knife, Walter. I'm gonna cut you loose. Walter, you gotta hear me. Walter, you gotta get into the house, Walter. You gotta stand up. You gotta walk to the house, Walter. You'll die out here. Come on, Walter. I can't carry you the way you did me. And you're in a bad way. Please, Walter.
All right, Charlie. Just have to rest.
Walter. Please don't die, Walter. I've never been with a person when the path stopped. But I'll hold your hand till it's over, Walter. Walter, Walter, you ain't dead. Can you make it to the house, Walter? Come on, Walter. It's just a little ways. It ain't far, Walter. I'll help you. You okay, Walter? Settle down, Walter. Here. Suck on this, Walter. You can't drink anything now. It'll make you sick.
How do you know so much about this?
I got my pal for plenty of bad drunks. Well, I know this ain't the same thing. I always take care of Tessa when she's poorly. Only I ain't never seen nothing like this.
There's some salve in the cabinet in the back.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it. Put that on nice and gentle like. Yeah.
Button that cloth, Walter. It'll help.
Thank you, Charlie.
Walter! Charlie Cantwell is in there with you. You better send him out, because it ain't safe.
Walter, what's it say?
Oh. They're selling my farm.
What? Well, they can't do that. It's your farm. You live here.
They can't do that.
How?
I owe money to the bank. I can't pay it. They sell the farm to get the money.
Why didn't you say so? Pa just steals something when he needs money.
I'm not like your pa.
That's so. You ain't. Ain't there some way you can get some money?
No.
Sometimes Pa takes me and Tessa to look real pitiful.
Oh.
Some nice old lady will just come up and give us a dime.
I don't take charity.
Fine. You don't have to be so hard about it. Ain't there something you can sell?
No.
Looks to me like you could get something for that old clock.
There's a widow woman down the road keeps wanting it, but I won't sell it. Now, please, please, Charlie, let me sleep. I'm awful tired.
Sure awful stubborn, Walter.
Why, Charlie, why? The clock was all I had left.
I'm sorry, Walter. I just thought if I had to choose between a farm and a clock, well, I'd choose the farm.
Sounds just like Sarah. Well, you say that widow, she keeps her savings all in quarters?
Yes, sir. Says she doesn't trust the paper money. Says it burns too easy.
Well, I knew she was odd, but not that odd. And $18, that old clock didn't seem worth.
Well, she said she'd take good care of it. Said for you to have nothing to worry about at all. Is $18 enough, Walter?
I don't know. I'll go to the bank tomorrow and see. Sorry, Sarah, but thank you.
You reckon she hears you?
Now, why don't you go out and cut us some kindling? I'll cook us some dinner.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Oh, Charlie, is there any way to greet your old pa that loves you?
I was just so surprised.
You sure were. You should have seen you jump. Oh. Now, what's my boy doing? Splitting firewood for a nigger?
Nothing. He's just sick. And I was fixing to get us something to eat, that's all. Hey, you hungry, Pa? We got beans and cornbread. We even got ham to cook with the beans.
We got ham, has we? Who the hell does he think he is? Living off of white folks' land, putting my boy to work. I'll kill him.
What do you want?
Nothing. You know, you ought to show some respect to a white man, boy. Just come to get my son. Charlie, come back here! Your old pa's missed you something fierce. Ain't every man lucky enough to have a son still alive.
I don't think that boy wants to go with you.
Yeah, well, he's my boy. He'll go with me whether he wants to or not.
Where's the little girl?
Just bet you'd like to know, huh?
You better get off my property before...
Before you what? Get the sheriff? Maybe he'll help you catch that fella that burned down your farm.
I'm going to look for Charlie. You better be gone by the time we get back.
Yeah, I ought to lamb you right here. But I'm staying where I am until I get what I come for.
You reckon he's gone, Walter? Sure hope he is.
We'll see, Charlie. We'll see.
Pa.
This'll just about pay what you owe me. $1 a gallon.
Hey! That's my money, thief! What? Trash!
See, he's gonna kill you! You miserable drunk!
You lousy sheriff!
Thief!
Get out of here!
You lousy thief! Let me go!
Here now.
Let me go!
Here now.
Let me go!
Help yourself before I arrest you, too. Lord knows I could.
I'm all right, Sheriff. But I want him arrested.
Okay, okay. Come on, Reuben. You know the way. Pocket knife, tobacco, papers, matches.
Oh, you can't take those. I gotta have my smokes.
Not in here, Reuben. You'll go up like a torch. You know that. Besides, this is jail, not. Reuben, how much is this?
$300. Make sure you don't lose it.
How'd you get it?
I sold something to a woman in Memphis.
What'd you steal?
Nothing. I didn't steal nothing. Belonged to me.
You never owned a thing in your life. It was worth $300.
Well, yes, I did. And I still do.
You're drunker than I thought, Reuben, because you're not making any sense.
I had Tessa, and I got Charlie. Charlie will go for more because he'll make a farmhand.
You sold your own daughter?
I don't make it sound worse than it is. It's not like I killed her or nothing.
I'm keeping you till the circuit judge comes to town.
What in Sam Hill for? I always get out in the morning.
Well, not this time, Reuben. Because this time you've gone too far.
Hey, come back here. You can't do this. I always get out in the morning.
$300. Reuben Cantwell got it for selling his daughter to some woman in Memphis.
Oh, my God.
Whoever paid that money has no right to get it back. I want that boy, Charlie, to have it. He's got nothing else. You see that he gets it, Sam.
What you gonna do now, Walter?
Well, I haven't thought about it much. I heard that there's jobs in California. I might try that. After I'm gone, though, you can stay here. It won't be dangerous for you anymore. Maybe you can keep an eye out for Arthur.
I gotta find Tessa.
There's no telling where Reuben took her or where he went.
He's got $18. I know where he is. Hey, Pa. Pa, it's me, Charlie.
Charlie, my boy. You come to bring your pa some moonshine while he's in jail. Give me some tobacco, too, would you?
I come to find out where Tessa is.
You little no-count miserable brat! What are you doing here with my boy? Go on, get out of here.
Where's Tessa?
Oh, so that's it, huh? Ain't got no love and a concern for the pa that raised you, just always wanting something. Well, you can wonder all you want, because I ain't saying where she is.
I just want to make sure she was all right.
She's fine as frog's hair, and that's all you need to know about it. Tessa is gone, boy, and you ain't never gonna see her again.
You. Hey, you come back here. I got you. I got you, you little thief.
Let's go!
Give me the coffee.
Go!
Oh, no. I thought you was dead. I'll pay for the boy's purchases.
How?
Yeah, how?
Forgive me, Sarah. Here.
Give you $2 for it, not a dime more.
Sold it. This is for the tobacco. Thank you.
You didn't have to do that, Walter.
I ain't raising no petty thief.
Racing?
Are you coming or what?
Gonna get the moonshine now, Walter?
Yeah. How much you figure it'll take before your daddy tells us where Tessa is?
I don't know. He usually sings before he talks. A gallon or two, maybe.
Well, we'll start with one.
There's that tobacco, Pa.
Well, it's better than the grapevines, all I can say.
Hey, Pa, you want me to go bring Tessa here?
I do not. Just got shed of her. Besides, how would you ever get to Memphis, boy? Just to walk alone would kill you. Nearly killed her.
What's Memphis like?
So what's Memphis like, Pa? I hear they have houses on both sides of the street there.
Oh, yeah. They got houses, all right. Big ones, too. You know, they got people there with more money and they know what to do with. It's a sin, it is. For some people to have so much, it's against God's way. I know it. So they need me. They need me to help them.
Rich folks.
You ain't lost.
Well, I bet those rich folk won't have nothing to do with you, huh, Pa?
Yeah, you bet wrong, boy. See, there's a woman there in Memphis that's just gonna love to see me again. And she will, too, as soon as I get out of here, because you and me gonna take us a little trip there ourselves. And she wants to see you awful bad. Why, she just taken one look at your sister, and she just said she just had to have her. Said she had 6 people there in Memphis just loved to have her. So I said, here she is. Take her.
You gave Tessa away?
Now, what kind of a fool do you take me for, boy? Why would I give Tess away when I could see plain as day that woman was willing to spend real greenback folding money?
Charlie. Yeah. Charlie, there's things you can do. You can...
You what? Go to Memphis.
Oh, Charlie. Charlie, come on.
How am I gonna get there? And I'm gonna find her when you get there.
Charlie.
You lost her. You lost her forever.
I'll take you to Memphis, Charlie. I'll take you to Memphis.
You will?
Yes.
Well, you ever been there before?
No.
Well, let's go.
Wait, there's arrangements I have to make. There's the foreclosure and in case Arthur comes back.
Well, there's no telling what'll happen to her if we wait.
Okay, Charlie.
We gotta go right now.
First, why don't we go across the street and see if that doll baby's arrived yet? All right? Huh?
Okay.
All right. Come on, let's go.
It's after 5, Walter. The post office is closed. It's Charlie Cantwell, isn't it?
Who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Sam Calloway. I run the bank. And I have some money for you.
Money for me?
Yes, sir. And if you'll come back with me to my office, you can sign for it. 240, 260, 280, 300. Now you sign for it right there on that line.
Where'd this money come from?
Well, now, you don't... Well, that is, I can't... well, it's an anonymous gift. That's it. You're just one lucky child, that's all. Now sign. All signed, sealed, and delivered. Well, Charlie, you're a rich man. What are you going to do with all this money? Of course, I'd be happy to keep it here for you on deposit for whenever you need it. We pay 1% interest, compounded.
How much does Walter owe you?
Why, $200.
Here, take out of this.
No, no, Charlie, no.
Now, Walter, don't be hasty. The child knows his own mind, and the bank is owed $200. It's money out of my stockholders' pockets, so who are you to say they can't have their money back? Besides, foreclosure doesn't make anybody happy. And I'll never get this much money for your farm when there's a depression on. So let's humor the boy. You get to keep your farm, and I get 2 good customers for the price of 1. There you go, son, $100. Would you like me to hold it for deposit?
Is this enough to take the bus to Memphis?
Memphis? Why, Charlie, it's enough to take the bus to Memphis and stay in a hotel when you get there.
Hear that, Walter? We're taking the bus. Here. Better hang on to this for me. Someone could rob a kid.
The bus to Memphis isn't till morning. What are you gents gonna do until then?
Eat.
Eat.
Better eat, Walter. I don't know if they feed you on that buses.
I wish you hadn't paid Sam that money, Charlie. I don't know how I'm ever gonna pay you back.
Pay me back, Walter? You took me in when I was sick. You fed me when I was hungry. You gave me a place to sleep. You saved my life, Walter.
Not any decent man.
Ain't no man ever done it for me before, not even my own pa.
No.
You've been good to me, Walter. I never know what it was like to have someone be good to me. Not till you. That's why I never sold your clocks to the widow woman. I just hid it.
I knew it. All those quarters. How'd you get that money?
Rabbits. This is my hunting money.
I never would want you to do that for me, Charlie. Never.
Well, I just had to do it. On account of you, it was so sad.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, Walter.
What?
Well, you gotta know. Your son, Arthur, both them men killed your boy, Walter. He's dead.
I knew it. I just always knew it. I wish you had met him. Yeah, he'd be a young man by now. 15 years old. Grown. Changed. But I'd know him. I'd always know him. He had this fine way of standing with his little shoulders straight and square. Sometimes I think I see him. Standing out there in the yard. I'd look up and there he was. My heart would beat so hard, I feel like I'd want to jump out of my chest. I'd raise my hand to wave. But it was only a dream. Something that never happened. Something that never will happen. You know where he is? I'd like to bring him home.
No.
All those years. Waiting. For nothing.
Look! Fire! Fire!
I gave him the matches.
to die in there. We need the pastor. Get the pastor.
It's all your fault. You gave me the matches.
I'm sorry, Pa. I didn't know.
You stupid little... Oh, darn it. You gotta help me. There ain't nothing worse than dying in a fire, boy. I know I've seen enough fires burn to know. Can't let your ball die this way. Johnny, help me. Hurry up. Johnny. Where are you going?
What's that boy doing?
Here. Somebody out there. What are you doing just standing there? You gotta get me out of here. Johnny, you gotta get me out of here. Hurry up. Johnny, come back here. Oh, Johnny, thank you. A good boy, Johnny. Hurry up, Johnny. Get it out of the way. Get you doing it right.
I'm trying, Pa. I'm trying.
Oh, please. Hurry. Hurry up, Johnny.
Sorry, Charlie.
Walter, you should have let me do it.
No.
He finally done it. He finally done went and killed a white man. Hallelujah.
No, you can't.
It's all right, Charlie. Everything's gonna be all right. Somebody take care of Charlie.
Walter knew what he was doing, Charlie. Come on. Somebody take this boy inside.
You gotta stop them. Please, you can't let them. You can't let them kill Walter. Oh, please. No, Walter.
It's gonna be all right. I'll get somebody to take care of you, Charlie.
Not somebody, Walter. You don't understand. Walter didn't do it. I did it. I got the gun and I killed him. I'm the one who shot him. Hang me if you gotta hang someone.
What has gotten into you, boy? Why would you lie to save Walter? Walter killed your pa.
Please, Sheriff. Please. You can't take him away from me. You said you had no count, Pa. What if someone would give you a pa? A good one. That took care of you. Walter's the only pa I ever had.
Pull that tag.
Well, here we go, Sheriff.
One shot in the air here, and old Walter will be on his way to kingdom come. If I got one for darkies.
You got anything to say, Walter?
You help Charlie find his sister. Get themselves a home. A good one. They've been through enough. Me? I'm going to join my family.
What are you doing?
Take him down, Woodrow, and untie his hands.
Now, looky here, Sheriff. We all seen him kill a white man, and he's gonna hang for it.
Woodrow, I'm the sheriff, and I'm the coroner, and what I say goes. It is my finding that Reuben Cantwell, a prisoner of this here state, died as a result of a fire in the jail.
Now, we all seen him killed by Walter.
You hang this man, Woodrow, and you'll be the next man hanged.
You ain't heard the last of this.
No, I reckon I haven't. There is one brave man in High Lonesome, Mr. Osgood. I just never understood how brave until now. I'd be obliged if you and the boy would come with me, Mr. Osgood. I think it'd be safer for you if you spent the night in my office.
High Lonesome.
Charlie. You take this to the sheriff in Memphis. He'll help you find your sister.
Thanks. Come on, Walter. Let's go.
I know.
Where do you see it, Walter?
Charlie, come here. Come on. Can't go with you, Charlie. You got the letter from the sheriff, and you'll find Tessa. Charlie, you know how things are. They're not gonna trust a white child with a big black man like me.
Walter, they don't know.
Charlie, I don't want you to spend your life missing somebody you love.
I'll come back, Walter.
Find a better place, boy. Go. Goodbye, Charlie.
I was supposed to take them to the orphan asylum, but they said they'd rather be with you if you'd have them. You won't have no more trouble, Mr. Osgood. Not if I can help it.
I explained everything to Tessa. She said she always knew you was a nice man.
Thank you, Tessa.
So what it comes down to, Walter, is Tessa, she can't do much. That can haul water, sweep, and cook, sorta. There ain't no better place, Walter, if you'll have us.
Good night, Tessa.
Good night, Walter.
Oh, I have somebody else for you to say good night to.
For me, Walter.
My doll baby. It's my doll baby. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Walter, where are you going?
I have somebody else to say goodnight to, too. I know I've been a disappointment to you, Sarah, not being a religious man and all. And I've been wrong once or twice, no more than that, though. But I have to admit, they come in mysterious ways, these miracles of yours. Good night, sweetheart.